Bhagavati Vasudevaya. Om Bhagavati Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha āpūryamāṇam acala-pratiṣṭhaṁ samudram āpaḥ praviśanti yadvat tadvat kāmāyam praviśanti sarve śāntim āpnoti na kāma-kāmī. āpūryamāṇam acala-pratiṣṭhaṁ samudram āpaḥ praviśanti yadvat tadvat kāmāyam praviśanti sarve śāntim āpnoti na kāma-kāmī. āpūryamāṇam acala-pratiṣṭhaṁ samudram āpaḥ praviśanti yadvat tadvat kāmāyam praviśanti sarve śāntim āpnoti na kāma-kāmī. 2.70 Bhagavan. Shri Bhagavan Vacha, the final statement about Asthita Prajna. Asthita Prajna. Bhagavan's definition of Sthita Prajna is coming in the second chapter of Bhagavad Gita in the sadhana bhakti. Sthita, steady. Yeah, that's sadhana bhakti, right? Getting to a steady state. Nishtha is also part of sadhana bhakti. It still looks like, whoa, steadiness, that's more like a culmination of the sadhana bhakti. Because it almost sounds unreal that somebody can come to this state in the sadhana bhakti. It almost sounds like this is a siddha, āpūryamāṇam acala-pratiṣṭhaṁ samudram āpaḥ praviśanti yadvat. It's so beautiful though that this state is possible in the sadhana bhakti. This is very wonderful. āpūryamāṇam acala-pratiṣṭhaṁ samudram āpaḥ praviśanti yadvat. The samudra, ocean, is always filled with this water. āpūryamāṇam. It's full of water, the samudra. acala-pratiṣṭhaṁ. It just stays achalam, steadily pratiṣṭhaṁ, situated. The ocean is full of waters and is steadily situated. Samudram āpaḥ praviśanti yadvat. āpaḥ, the rivers, the water from the rivers, they enter into the ocean, but the ocean doesn't get disturbed or agitated. It maintains its integrity with fullness of water in it, but does not get disturbed or agitated. tadvat kāmāyam praviśanti sarve, śāntim āpnoti kāma-kāmī. In the same way, the devotee is full in himself or herself with Krishna and is steadily situated and does not give into the waters of agitation that comes into them. Only then there will be śāntim. Only when a devotee doesn't give in to agitations, there will be śānti. Not when a devotee yields to the agitations, gushes. So, peace is possible when one absorbs the gushes. Vacho vegam, manasa krodha vegam, udarupashta vegam, jihva vegam, 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 vegam. Vegam is gush. Our loss of peace is not so much because of external situation, not because of the people or situations outside. There may be triggers, but it is within us not to respond, not to react to a trigger. So the triggers can always be there outside. It will be there. But the whole thing is, are you reacting to the trigger? Do you have the gush inside? That is the whole point. Triggers will be there, but if you don't have the gush, or if you are absorbing the gush, if you are controlling the gush, then even though there is a trigger, there is no misery, there is no problem, there is no loss of peace. You'll still be peaceful. Triggers may be there, but are you able to control the gush that you have within when there is a trigger? If you are able to control it, then yes, you are peaceful. So if you are peaceful or not is dependent upon if you are reacting or not. When there is a trigger and you react, śāntim āpnoti kāma-kāmī. When there is a trigger outside, you react. There is no peace. When there is when there is a pull outside and you react with sense gratification, when there is a desire for something outside and you chose to just go ahead, satisfy the desire, yield to the desire, yield to the gush. This yielding to the gush, vacha vegam, manasa krodha vegam, udara upashta vegam. Yielding, when one is yielding to the gush, when one is reacting to a trigger, then there will be no peace. śāntim āpnoti kāma-kāmī. It's not by satisfying the desires you get the peace, but it is by controlling the desire you get the peace. śāntim āpnoti kāma-kāmī. Kāma-kāmī. There are so many desires that would come. If one is busy just going after satisfying all the desires, there is no śānti. When are undisturbed, then there will be shanti. This is wonderful, but so much of a theory, because the gush is the problem. The whole sadhana bhakti aparadhas are because of the gush. One thing we have to realize, our difficulties are not because something happens outside. Our difficulty is because of the gush we have within. That we should at least acknowledge. And the second thing is, okay, what do I do about this gush? It is so uncontrollable. I wish I can stop the gush, absorb it. Then one would become sthita prajna, steady. If one can control the gush of vacha, words, tongue, words and the taste, if one can control that. Vacha vegam, when the tongue is supplied only Krishna prasada, then most of the tongue vegam, tongue urge is controlled, at least in terms of taste. But when the gush to speak, that is controlled, then so much of problems are prevented. What is the need to speak? If there is a need to speak, then Bhagavad Gita has the goodness, quality of speech in the mode of goodness. You speak only if there is a need, a word or two, in a way that does not agitate others, that is truthful and beneficial. Only if we can speak like that, then we speak. That too, one or two words. That's all. Otherwise, the tongue is supposed to be used only to speak Krishna. Krishna, 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 and Krishna. Nothing else. Srila Prabhupada says, if the tongue is utilized for anything else other than Krishna, it is like the frogs croaking and calling the snakes to be eaten by the snakes. In the rainy season, frogs croak. They could stay silent, but they don't. They croak, and the snakes know where the frogs are, and they would come and swallow them. That is so true. Why croak? Why speak? Why speak? Why problems get disturb others? Why all that? And there is hardly any need to speak. You do what's needed. Where is the need to speak? If there are any words needed, make sure that it is beneficial to others. And if the words cannot be spoken that way, then āpūryamāṇam, acala-pratiṣṭhaṁ, hold the gush. Like that, the gushes need to be held, absorbed in sadhana bhakti. Like that for the tongue. For the tongue, other senses, and the mind. Two important things: the speech, the words, and the mind. The gush is not needed. That causes the problem. Problem is not outside when there is gush from the tongue, gush from the mind. So that we have to realize, so the problem is because of the gush. We don't get peace if we let the gush go. śāntim āpnoti na kāma-kāmī. We don't get the peace if we yield into the gush. I'll feel peaceful if I say this. I feel peaceful if I think this. Control on the thought will come later, but the control on the word has to come first. Even that is not difficult or not easy. Oh, control on the word. What to speak of control on the thought? These are not easy. These are very wonderful to have, to control the gush. Not easy. Unless we are full in Krishna within, we cannot stay steady. We cannot stay steady. We should have something within that can absorb the gush of speech, the gush of mind. We should have something within that is a speed breaker of this gush. Lotus feet of Lord Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Unless we are full of Krishna inside, with Nama inside, it's almost impossible to control these gushes, to absorb these gushes, because these are Daivihesha Gunamayi Mama Maya. We can try cultivating sattva, try pause, try stopping the gushes, trying is okay, try. We can try, but it will be of a substantial. This state can be achieved like the samudra, steadiness of the samudra is not simply by trying, because trying to cultivate sattva, it works sometimes, but most of the times it doesn't, because we don't have the strength. Sattva is an indicator, but you cannot just cultivate it in a dry way. The strength comes from Krishna within. Then the sattva will be a byproduct. That's an indicator, sattva. But to be in sattva outside, we have to be in bhakti inside. Otherwise, it's not possible. Not possible to be in sattva outside without bhakti inside, without holding on to Krishna inside. Not possible to stay steady as if it is a second nature. Just by trying sattva outside, not having bhakti inside, it is not possible. Modes are strong. So, to be in sattva outside, we have to have Krishna inside, Nama inside. Then one can be in sattva outside, not agitated, with full pause all the time. Full pause all the time, in the full pause all the time with the tongue and with the mind is possible with Krishna. Then there will be peace.